Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Journal series. I'm still not feeling perfect. I canceled all videos yesterday just because I was feeling kind of sick. I'm still kind of sick. You can probably hear it in my voice right now, but I'm doing a lot better. Yesterday night, not last night, the night before last night, I actually slept for 11 hours. Like, that wasn't the amount that was in game recorded. That was, for those of you that, I wear a Samsung watch. This thing tracks my sleep. Like my actual sleep, like what the moment I fall asleep to the moment I wake up. And this thing tracked 11 hours of raw sleep. I was sick enough, my body was just like fighting off whatever those germs were. I slept for 11 straight hours. Now, I believe last night was like 9 hours, which is still significantly more than I usually do. I only ever sleep longer than 7 hours if I'm sick. Like, that is just how I am. I sleep like 7 hours consistently. So, but yeah, as for progress on the Master 20 at Snowdrop, we're technically actually a little bit behind, but I'm not too concerned. We were much farther behind during the Top Hollow week, and realistically, once this Gengar gives me like 2 more procs of mushrooms, I should be set to swap it off and swap on Espeon, which will then more raw strength throughout the course of the week. So I'm pretty confident we're going to do alright. We'll get more strength throughout the rest of the week. We also have a 30% crit chance right now. I've used Adena, so meals likely will be stronger than hopefully what they have been. So there's a little bit of RNG at play, but I think we're doing alright. Yeah, I'm not too concerned. I think we're on track for the Master 20, even though we're technically a little bit behind where we should be. But it's not that far. Anyway, let's get into our sleep session review. Yesterday, I didn't really catch anything of note. I did catch a Palmy, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, when I wasn't recording. It was just, it had a main skill chance up nature and skill trigger S, but without helping bonus or any additional speed, it wasn't worth consideration. Over the other Palmy options that we have. So yeah, 10 hours of sleep, dozing, snoozing. This is what I've been seeing since I came down with this sickness. Lots of more dozing and snoozing than typical. Yeah, snoozing type. That's kind of what I'm expecting right now. So maybe we'll see Palmy. Maybe we'll see Chansey Blissey. Not Happiny, which is well, it is pseudo balanced, so we still could see Happiny, but we're more likely to see the other things. Delibird. Well, that's not expected, because that would normally be dozing type. Same thing with Absol, my goodness. Hey, we got a new style in a Slacking and a Blissey. Okay, let's log these new styles. Let's start with Blissey. That is the 2-star Blissey. Where is Blissey at in the decks? Oh, there it is. It's the first Blissey we've encountered, apparently. Also, one weird thing with this head cold that I've got, the congestion, it's all backing up in my ears, and I feel like my ears are about to explode. I actually thought that I had an ear infection the other day, and actually went to urgent care to get it taken care of, because I thought I would need some sort of antibiotics, but they told me, nope, it's just congestion in your ears. We can't do anything about it. Take anti-congestions, it'll help, and I'm like, oh, it's honestly worse, because that means I can't get easily treated. Would you look at that? We have the 2 and the 3-star Slacking, but not the 1 or the 4. I think those were the only new styles, right? Yeah, they are. Okay, so we got those all logged. As for what to catch here, I mean, maybe we'll chuck a couple biscuits at the Delibird, but I don't... Delibird's kind of fallen off. Happiny just is better in like every way now, so... I'm hoping to give Delibird some sort of interesting buff, like a main skill, a unique main skill like Present, that could make it more fun, kind of like what they did with Ditto. The Delibird's hungry, of course. It's like, pick me, please! Alteria's hungry. Swablow's hungry. Wow, the Swablau line, oh my goodness, so many hungry Pokemon. Unfortunately, we just don't have the biscuits right now, and our primary goal out of all these Pokemon is one of the few Pokemon here that is not hungry, being the Happiny. So, we're going to chuck a biscuit at the Happiny. The daily biscuit. Hey, crit! Raw crit. That's lucky. Which means we don't have to spend an extra biscuit there. I think as far as Delibird goes, I guess we could We could just guaranteed take it home with a Great Biscuit. I don't know if it's really worth a Great Biscuit, though. Well, I'll purchase the last of my cheaper biscuits. Just so we have some stockpiled. You know what? I'll go for the Great... I'll Great Biscuit the Delibird. It's probably a waste, since it's no longer that... like, it's great. It's still great. It's just there's a cheaper, better option. Okay. Meanwhile, Ditto, on the other hand, I really don't care that much about Ditto. So Ditto is just going to be a... we'll gamble. Hey, would you look at that? That's why we do this sometimes. I don't really care all that much about Altaria, but, you know, if I get a good one for the final island... or, not final. I keep saying final island. It's not the final island. The next island. Then I'd be happy. Because right now I do have Arbok, but, Arbok is... My Arbok is really good. But if I could get a couple... Hey, would you look at that? Saving us more biscuits. Another mega hit. So we got a couple Pokemon to review today. We caught a lot of Pokemon, my goodness. Alrighty, thanks Neroli. We're always making serious strides around here, even when I do have congestion. As for which candy to send out, you know... Blissey would be the obvious thing to do, because it's a new Pokemon, but honestly, I'm going to send out the Delibird, just because I feel bad for those that are using Delibird and have invested in Delibird or trying to invest it up, because now it's going to be all that much more difficult to get the Delibird candies, because Happiny is overshadowing it. So, even though the Blissey is strictly better, the Delibird candies are more rare for those that are using Delibird. So, you're welcome to those of you that are a Delibird investment. Happiny, what you got for me? Bold nature. Well, bold is a bad nature to begin with. But, you know, it could be saved by... well, it's a potato farmer, which means we don't need it. Of course it's good. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen, that I would get a phenomenal potato Happiny. I called it. I said this in Discord a couple times. I was like, you know... it's got potatoes as an option. I'm going to get a great ABB option. Now, I don't know how good this one actually is. Let's see. If I log it, if we look at it as a Blissey, and I do ingredient count B for potatoes, it's not going to be amazing because but it's got inventory. Honestly, it's probably better as a Chansey, with a ribbon. So I'll grade it as a Chansey. ABB, Inventory L, Ingredient Finding S, Ingredient Finding M. The only thing that's unfortunate is the bold nature. That is rough. It's even got Skill Trigger, which is, like, really nice on a Blissey. I would make that Skill Trigger M. It's got an unfortunate nature, but it's not, like, the worst nature. Gosh, and we're looking at Ingredient Count B. If we grade it this way... What? Level 10? Oh, yeah, level 10 and 25, it's going to give it max because no Blissey has potatoes at those levels. So really 30 and 60 is what we're looking at. 30, 50, and 60, which look at this potato monster. I'm going to star it because it's funny. Another one to add to the pile of potato farmers that I do not need. Why, game? Why does this game decide that I need just a horde of potato farmers? This is stupid at this point. Okay. Well, after that, I'm starring it and I'm going to save it just because it's funny. I'll show you guys my potato farming situation after this is over. Okay, Delibird. Quiet nature. That's a good nature. AAB. Or AAC. That's some... Is there anything with an AAC Delibird that's interesting? Eggs and cacao? I guess there's Flower Gift Macarons. There could be some interesting synergy there. There's nothing that really has honey and milk, though, as far as I'm aware. So... sorry, my ear's hurting. Okay, honey and milk. Yeah, there's nothing really with that. I'll save it if it's good, just in case something comes around. But, because eggs and cacao feels like something that could be a long-term potential. Like, something that they could make a dish with easily. Anyway, let's look at the sub-skills. Very interesting sub-skills. It's got speed and berry finding. This isn't phenomenal. This isn't even great. I'll start as a maybe one day. We'll see. Because berry finding S with some speed is interesting. With an ingredient finding up nature. I don't think that thing will ever be great. But we'll see how the meta treats it one day. I don't think it's great right now, though. Ditto, what you got going for us? Sassy Nature. I do like Sassy Nature on the Ditto because it's got a cool main skill. Overall, Mr. Mime is better for the skill than Ditto is, but Ditto's still cool for that purpose. So AAC, that is a nice list for Ditto because it is the only ingredient tail farmer. And if we look at the tail dishes currently out there in the game, Slowpoke tail pepper salad, as well as tail curry. Well, no, just the tail salad. Tail salad takes oil and tails, so this is a pretty nice synergistic list. Personally, probably one of my favorite Ditto lists. I'm not a huge fan of the leaks on the Ditto. So this is a decent list, and it's got a cool nature. It's got helping bonus and more trigger with some speed. Now, there's nothing for ingredient finding here, but honestly, it's neat. There's some neat ideas here with more triggers, because this is going to give us a lot of triggers. It's got helping bonus, which is really consistent at buffing the whole team. Honestly, if I ever want to make a team around a tail meal, backstocking some tails, and then relying on this guy to produce tails throughout the week, then I think this is an interesting idea, especially with skill copy. If I could get a lot of Pokemon on the team that have powerful main skills alongside this guy, then I think that could be very, very neat. So I'll star this Ditto, because it's cool. Even though there's nothing for ingredient finding, which I find interesting. Okay, Swablau, Naive Nature. Now that's a neutral nature, so that doesn't really tell us anything. No berry finding S, no helping bonus. Oh wait, that's not a neutral nature. I always forget Naive Nature is not neutral. For some reason I keep thinking it's neutral. Its XP gains up, main skill trans down. Either way, that's a whatever nature on a berry specialist. But there's no berry finding S, no helping bonus, means it doesn't matter. Did we catch anything else today? Nope, that was it. Wow, a lot of Pokemon to review. Anyway, for those of you that don't know my potato farming situation, I do just want to show this off for a moment. Use 7 incenses. What do you know? I want to talk about my potato farmers. So if I go in here and I look at Can Farm Potatoes, we'll filter to just ingredient specialists. Okay. So Pokemon that I have that have potatoes. This is the Golem that I caught very early on, and I invested it up. It's decent right now, will be great at 75, and will be like one of the best potato farmers ever at level 100. I've already been investing this guy. It's my long-term goal. There's no purpose to reinvesting, because this dude does well enough. I have better options, though. That person's not an actual potato farmer. This is my mime that I invested in for the purposes of the Psychic event. And it's got interesting synergies with my Cresselia. Also phenomenal for potatoes. Also has some interesting skill triggers with the skill copy. But also, great potato farmer. This Meowscarada, ignore that. I caught this Florigato not that long ago, which is okay at potato farming. Honestly, I could probably trash this guy. But I think I'm going to save any that's a good potato farmer just because it's a meme at this point. This Graveler I caught way after I invested that other Golem. It's better. It's better now. It would be worse at level 100, but once again, there's no point in reinvesting for another potato farmer, even if it is better for now. Let me see. I have more. I know that there's this Wooper. This is the one that I was like, what game? What? This Wooper specifically. Once again, I caught this way after I already invested up that other Golem. So if I make the comparison here and just bring in this Wooper. Oh, ignore that. Let's see. Where's the Wooper? I saved it because I thought it was funny. It's this guy. This guy right here. If I make him into a Quagsire and get him to level 60, and I subskill seed this Help Speed S to Help Speed M, so max it out. Stinking 91 potatoes a day. My current golem, which is plenty for me. My current golem, which is this guy, he's only producing 41 a day. At level 60, can produce 66. Which, I thought this guy was producing plenty of potatoes. If I really, really need more potatoes, I would invest this guy up. This would probably be my next investment. The mime that I've been using, if I get it to level 60... Which, honestly, the mime is probably the other potato option I would consider investing further. Just because it's got more synergy with my cress. 63, so it's actually a little bit worse. But that's alright, because the bigger idea here is that it synergizes well with my Cresselia, which I plan on using long term. Then, anytime that I need potatoes, I can use the mime. You know, ideas there. So, yeah, even just these three guys alone cover potatoes pretty well. But I have more than just them. Because now I have the Sapini, which is also pretty phenomenal. I'm just going to look at it as a Blissey because that's easier to think about. Even though Chansey brings in extra dynamic there. Inventory L, Ingredient S, Ingredient M. Leave it to me to just... I knew this was going to happen when I saw that it had potatoes. I knew it was going to happen. 77. Yep. Okay. I don't need more potatoes. Why does the game insist upon giving me all the spuds? I have too many potato farmers. Like, what are my other ones that I have logged in here? Gosh. Apparently didn't log all of them in here because there's no real need to. Oh, I also have this Geo dude who's got helping bonus and ingredient finding S, and that's the last one, I guess. Oh, and eventually ingredient finding M, because why not? Why not give me another insane potato farmer? And this one even has helping bonus, so gosh. At level 60, all these guys would produce so many potatoes. So many potatoes. And it's just... It's more than I need. Game... Please, devs, don't make another ABB potato farming option, because the game will give me a potato farmer version of it when I do not need it. You know, if I make this a Blissey instead, or a Chansey with a ribbon instead, I'm wondering, because it's got inventory up L, so it doesn't necessarily need the evolution. If I get the 2,000 hours... Yeah, 78 potatoes, it is a little bit better, even with my sleep settings, which my sleep settings are really long. So... yeah, Chansey is definitely the better option to go with if I was to invest this one. But man, what a turn of events. I needed more potatoes, guys. Definitely. This is the last thing I needed. I knew it was going to happen. I saw its list, and I knew it was going to happen. Anyway, if you have enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Down in the description, I'll have a link to join the Discord. Come join us, hang out, talk about all things Pokemon, sleep, and the like. I've also got the join button. Feel free to click that if you are feeling... if you want to support me in that way and are financially capable of doing so. I've got no real benefits for members, but it's there if you want to show your support like that. And as always, I thank you all for watching and hope that you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.